Are you tired of winning? Because I've got some bad news for you. Bitcoin just broke 86,000, which obviously means it's going to zero. Yeah, pack it up. Sell everything. JPal's chart says so. Worst bull market ever. I mean, look at this thing. Sideways, choppy, boring. I was promised an Omega candle, and all I got was a stinky finky. And then you got people saying, stop worrying about the bear market. Go outside, relax, touch some grass. So you go outside, and it looks like this.
Ah! Oh, get! Oh, my. Oh, jeez.
That's not peace, that's a horror movie. But listen, I keep hearing about these bears. Watch out for the bears. The bears are coming, the bears are back. Yeah, I see them. They're big, they've got teeth, but let's be honest, they're kinda soft. One God candle and they scatter like the roaches that they are. So no, we're not retreating. It's time to stand our ground and fight the bears. And the bears? They better cherish this moment because big things are happening. Coinbase institutional volume has gone vertical, not up, not trending, vertical. And every single time volume goes vertical, Bitcoin goes parabolic. This is the biggest institutional volume spike we've ever seen. Glassnode just casually dropped this. Bitcoin whales bought $23 billion worth of Bitcoin in just the last 30 days. And just so you know, that is the largest whale accumulation in 13 years. That's right, Christmas is coming. You're not ready for today's show, and spoiler alert, $1 million Bitcoin is still on the table. All right, let's reset the board. Over the past year, Bitcoin has not been in a bull market, and it hasn't been in a bear market either. What we've been in is something far more important. An accumulation and distribution phase. That's where markets go quiet, sideways, boring, prices move in a range, all while ownership quietly changes hands. And here's what actually happened. New larger holders were accumulating. Long-term holders were selling into strength. Thousands of coins rotated. Billions of dollars changed hands. And historically, every single time Bitcoin completes one of these phases, the next move is violent and up. Now, before we go any further, we need to talk about something important because all this isn't just about Bitcoin's price. This is about principles, freedom, liberty. Just in, President Donald J. Trump says he will consider a pardon for the CEO of Samurai Wallet.
Mr. President, this week a man named Keone Rodriguez is going to federal prison for creating crypto privacy software. The case was started under the Biden administration, but your DOJ kept it going and secured the conviction. A lot of people in crypto are saying that this man should be pardoned. Are you familiar with the case at all, or would you be interested?
I've heard about it. I'll look at it. Why, you think he should be pardoned? Sounds like it. Sounds like, based on your question.
Many people in the
Rodriguez, we'll look at that, Pam. Okay, let's take a look at it. You know, you'll have to tell me. I don't know anything about it, but we'll take a look.
That matters because Samurai didn't steal, they didn't scam, and they didn't defraud. They built open source, non-custodial Bitcoin software that lets everyday people protect their financial privacy. That's it. And you know what? If you actually care about America being strong, about innovation, about freedom, you pardon Samurai full stop. And while we're talking about freedom, let's not memory hold this one. Trump talked about affordability to get elected. Now, affordability is suddenly a scam and a hoax.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
But the word affordability is a Democrat scam. One of my top priorities will be to quickly defeat inflation and make America affordable again. I don't want to hear about the affordability. We will make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable again. You know, there's this fake narrative that the Democrats talk about, affordability. Affordability is a con job. We will target everything from car affordability to housing affordability. You know, this whole thing is, they use the word affordability. It's a Democrat hoax.
Tell that to people who worked 80 hours this week and still can't afford Christmas gifts for their family and loved ones. Tell that to families who can't afford groceries, can't afford rent, and have lost all hope in the future, in the quote-unquote American dream. And then they have to read shit like this. 650 million more of your tax dollars approved, not to help Americans, but to help corrupt foreign regimes. I am rooting for you, Orange Man. But get your shit together, because if this is the golden age, it's starting to look a lot like a technocratic dystopia. And that's why Bitcoin exists. Here's the beautiful part. Whether they fix it or not, Bitcoin wins. Their incompetence is bull fuel. Stimmies are coming. Debt is exploding. The fiat monster that destroyed this country, its reign of terror is coming to an end.
It's given me a lot of hope for the future. I mean, to be honest with you, being a gold guy and fighting the war, you get run down. I mean, you get really, really run down. Here we were fighting these gold wars, and we got these reinforcements. I mean, these Bitcoin guys are charging up the hill with a sharper spear, and we're going to kill this fiat monster. And the gold guys were trying to kill the fiat monster too, but to be honest with you, we weren't doing that good a job. we're getting our asses kicked. And as Saylor points out, there's no point in being a martyr. I mean, we want to win. We want to win. We want to, the system's broken. The wrong people are winning. Let's crush these assholes. And and so Bitcoin has given me great hope and conviction that we will, in a reasonable time frame in my lifetime. Whereas pre-Bitcoin with gold, I was always a little dubious. I mean, and primarily just because we were getting punched in the face for a long time. So yeah, Bitcoin has definitely changed me in a very good way.
We're charging up the hill with sharper spears. We're not surrendering. We carry the white flag of a peaceful revolution, and we're not putting it down. Jack Mallers said it perfectly. Bitcoin is a technology way bigger than me. It's going to last longer than any of our lives. Quote, I'm trying to rebuild society on sound money that nobody can control or manipulate. That's the mission. That's the North Star.
And are now nursing some pretty serious losses. What would you say to them?
I'd say the same thing for people that bought Bitcoin at 126,000 is that we are building for the long term. Right? This is a business that I plan to be the CEO of forever. Bitcoin is a technology that's way bigger than just me or just this company. It's going to last way longer than any of our lives. And so this is a long-term mission to fix the money and fix the world. And I don't really have any advice or tips for day traders or, Robinhood option punters. Those people are way smarter than I am at picking the right stocks and picking the right times. I build for the long term. I'm looking to rebuild society and recapitalize society on sound money that nobody can control and manipulate. And that's what I would say, is that this is a long-term business. I'm building for decades. We have no problem with the volatility, and nothing about who we are, our mission, and what we're building has changed.
Now cue the FUD cycle. Quantum computing will break Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's response? Why don't you grow a pair of nuts? Quantum computing doesn't kill Bitcoin. It hardens it. Coins migrate, lost coins stay frozen, security improves, supply effectively shrinks, and Bitcoin gets stronger. And Saylor isn't whispering anymore. He expects Bitcoin to appreciate 40% a year for the next 5 years, outperforming stocks, real estate, and shiny rocks.
You should buy the Bitcoin because it's about 30% a year for the next 20 years. And I think what you do,
30%.
That's what I expect.
Wow.
Right?
So what is the number? What's your outlook for Bitcoin over the course of 5 years? Give me a number, though.
I can't give you the math in my head.
You need to. You just mentioned the 30% number.
I think it's definitely going up at a rapid rate. I'm thinking right now it's 40. It'll probably appreciate about 40% a year, or 30% a year in that range over the next 5 years.
Every year, 40% increase.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to outperform the S&P because it doesn't have the risk factors of the S&P. It's going to outperform real estate because you can't teleport real estate, you can't program real estate on a mobile phone. And it's going to outperform gold because you can't make any more Bitcoin. And so it has none of the liabilities of conventional capital asset classes. It has all the benefits of a digital monopoly like a Google or an Apple. And it also has all the benefits of a commodity because it's an asset without an issuer, so it doesn't have the risks of an equity. And that's why it's a very compelling asset to build a new credit market on. And that's why every company and every investor ought to be thinking about, do they want to buy digital capital? Do they want to buy digital credit? Do they want to buy digital equity? It's something you should be considering.
Oh, and rumors are swirling. Major U.S. banks, strategy, partnership talks. What the hell is going on? I don't know, but we all saw Saylor at J.P. Morgan, and apparently today was at Morgan Stanley. Something is a cooking. So why don't we just ask the man himself, is $1 million Bitcoin still possible?
Now,
Let's do this fast. Please, first answer that comes to mind, all right? Bitcoin at $1 million, inevitable or impossible?
inevitable.
When?
Probably within a decade. Within a decade.
So in 10 years, gold in 20 years, relic or still relevant?
I think it'll be relevant but marginalized. It won't grow as fast as Bitcoin will grow. Bitcoin will grow faster.
Who's going to be the next safe haven? Bitcoin or gold?
No, I think
because Bitcoin was once seen as safe haven.
I expect
No, not too
Bitcoin
much.
to emerge as the dominant digital monetary network in the world, and it is the world's reserve capital. So I think it'll grow from the $2 trillion to $20 trillion to $200 trillion over the next 20 to 30 years.
No.
I don't think gold will do that. I think that Bitcoin will be 10x bigger than gold.
Giga says not possible, inevitable. Probably within a decade. Probably sooner. But a decade's fine too. More time to accumulate. And just in case you were wondering how we get there, I smell something. That's not hope. That's the money printer. Unemployment just hit its highest level in 4 years. The Fed made a mistake. They know it. Now they're boxed in. Inflation's still above 3%. Jobs are weakening. That is stagflation. And it's the Fed's worst nightmare. Today's jobs data and this week's CPI decide 2026's policy. And look at this chart. The Fed's emergency window just woke up. Repo usage spiking. Reverse repo drained. Bank reserves at 4-year lows. Limits removed. Treasury purchases restarted. They are not reacting. They're pre-positioning. Unlimited backstop, no buffer. Clock started. Gonna print so much money, it'll make your eyes bleed. And right on cue, Fidelity drops their 10-year Bitcoin Supercycle report. A decade-long move. Institutional capital, macro tailwinds, supply shock. Now we get a massive statement from the SEC to show you. Prepare yourselves, because it's possible. The world's most advanced financial system is about to become the backbone of the whole thing. We're about to bring it home. But before we do, look at our likes.
3 or 4 times, maybe.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Let's take a quick second for our sponsors who keep this show on the air over at the Bitcoin Way. If your wealth lives in their system, it's not yours, it's theirs. That's why we scream Bitcoin. That's why you self-custody. And that's why you call our friends over at the Bitcoin Way. They'll walk you through multi-sig, self-custody, privacy, how to run a node, and the tools that keep you sovereign when the fiat system pulls the plug. Don't wait till it's too late. Book a free 30-minute consult today using that link in the show notes. Need cash but don't want to sell your Bitcoin? Ledn is the global leader in Bitcoin-backed loans, issuing over $9 billion in loans since 2018, and they were the first to offer proof of reserves. With Ledn, you get custody loans, no credit checks, no monthly payments, and more. Visit learn.ledn.io/simply to learn more and get 25 basis points off your first loan.
Especially important. Public blockchains are more transparent than any legacy financial system ever built. Every movement of value is recorded on a ledger that anyone can inspect. Chain analytics firms are already exceptional at assisting law enforcement with linking on-chain activity to off-chain identities. In other words, pushed in the wrong direction, crypto could become the most powerful financial surveillance architecture ever invented. Indeed, if the instinct of the government is to treat every wallet like a broker, every piece of software as an exchange, every transaction as a reportable event, and every protocol as a convenient surveillance node, then the government will transform this ecosystem into a financial panopticon. At the same time, this technology allows for privacy-preserving tools that the analog world could not provide, such as zero-knowledge proofs, selective disclosure, and wallet designs that allow users to prove compliance without handing over their entire financial history or personal details to intermediaries or to the government. One can imagine systems where a regulated platform can demonstrate that its users have been screened without the ability to retain a permanent person-by-person map of every payment, trade, or donation. These tools will also help our markets to continue to function smoothly as they move on-chain. Complete financial transparency inherent to public blockchains can disincentivize important financial markets activity. For example, many institutions depend on the ability to build positions, test strategies, and provide liquidity without instantly telegraphing that activity to competitors and to predatory traders. If every order, hedge, and portfolio adjustment was suddenly visible in real time, we could invite front-running, copycat behavior, and pile-on dynamics that make it harder, not easier, for firms to manage risk. Market making and underwriting become far less attractive if every inventory balance or client flow is immediately exposed to the marketplace. This technology makes it possible to balance the government's interest in deterring threats to our national security and the American public's interest in privacy. But to best strike this balance, we must make certain that Americans can use these tools without immediately falling under suspicion. Shielding the lawful activity of our citizens from bulk surveillance while still ensuring that our government can perform these essential functions is the best way to protect both national security and our basic civil liberties, while also giving room for innovation to flourish. So the stakes here are high, and the questions before us carry profound and enduring implications. As we begin this roundtable, I am eager to hear more from our panelists about how we as a commission can protect Americans' privacy, as well as how crypto's privacy tools can lessen rather than increase the need for mass financial surveillance. Together, I am confident that we can shape a framework that ensures that neither technological nor financial advancements will come at the expense of personal freedoms. Unfortunately, other obligations are going to prevent me from attending the entire conference, but I'm thrilled to have been here to see you all today. And anyway, I thank you for your time and attendance, and I look forward to a robust discussion ahead and to reading what you all have to say. Thank you very much.
So let me ask you again, is $1 million Bitcoin still possible? With whale accumulation, institutional volume exploding, the Fed cornered, QE loading, banks bending the knee, a decade-long supercycle is forming. This isn't opium, this is math, this is history, it's inevitability. Hey, Giga Chad said it. Let us know what you think below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a pop. Share it, set those notifications, because we're just getting started. Love you guys. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, you.